In these examples, I'm going to be adding decimal numbers. So the biggest thing to remember when you're adding decimals is that your place values and your decimal point need to line up. So in this first one I have 13.7 plus 1.51. So I'm going to start by writing my 13.7, and here I have my decimal place. So to the left of it I have my ones and then my tens, and then to the right of my decimal place I have my tenths. So when I put my 1.51 underneath it so I can add, I need my decimal points to line up, and then in my answer they also line up. So I need all my tenths numbers right here, all my ones here, and all my tens here. So 13.7, and then I'm going to put 1.51. So I need to put 1.51. And it looks like above my 1 there's not a value, so I can just put a 0 in kind of a placeholder. Because after the decimal place and after the numbers are all done, you can add zeros all you want, and it won't change the value of my 13.7. Okay, so now that I have my decimal points lined up, I can start from the right and just add like normal. 0 plus 1 is 1. 7 plus 5 is 12, so my 2 carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, and 1 more is 5, and then this 1. So my answer for this is 15.21 whenever I'm adding these decimals, and I line my decimal points up, and then I just add as usual. In my next example, I have 2.493, and I'm going to add 19.7 to that. So if I come over here and write down my 2.493 first, here's my decimal place, and I know right below that will go my decimal place, and then below that for my answer will go my decimal place. Okay, so my number is 19.7, so I know 0.7 will go right there, and then my 19 will fill the spots to the left. And it looks like to the right I have a 9 and a 3 with nothing underneath it, so let's go ahead and put zeros underneath that. Because remember again, after your decimal terminates and after it's done, you can add zeros to the end all you want and you're not going to change its value. So we kind of put zeros as placeholders just so things line up really nice and we're not confused by what's going on here. So now we just do addition as per usual. 3 plus 0 is 3. 9 plus 0 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11, so I'll put the 1s and then carry that tens. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 9 is 12, so I put the 2 and then carry the 1 in the 10 spot. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, 22.193 when everything lines up. So I'm going to just write my answer, 22.193, just like that. In this third and final example, I have 14 plus 3.85. Well, I see that in my 3.85 I have a decimal point right there. My 14 really doesn't have a decimal point showing, but I do know since he's a whole number, my decimal point is right behind it. And then I just have zeros after that. So let's put my 14 right there, and I know the decimal point goes behind the 14. And I'm going to add to that something with decimal points. They're all going to line up again. So the 3.85, the 0.85 will go there, and the 3 will go right in front of that decimal place. And again, we can put all the zeros we want to up here as placeholders, so it makes the addition a little easier so we don't make silly mistakes. So 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 8 is 8, 4 plus 3 is 7, and the 1 comes down for the ride. So it looks like 17.85 is my answer for that last decimal addition problem.